drive Tesla.
Tesla?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a black for sure.
Yeah, they don't have any Teslas. I've not seen a Tesla car here.
There's Tesla, but in Guadalajara. We don't have a Tesla company here in Puerto Vallarta. But no one here used their Tesla here for work.
Right.
Well, buenos dias. I have driven around 11,000 rideshare rides in Ohio. So when my wife decided to go on vacation in Puerto Vallarta, I just had one question. And it wasn't like, what's the best beach or who has the best tacos. It was, I wonder how Uber works in Mexico. Our trip started with a flight from Cincinnati to LA. Of course, we had a layover in Los Angeles, and somehow we ended up in first class. I did what every sophisticated traveler does. I held my coffee with my pinky sticking out. I don't know why, but it kind of felt like the right thing to do. And I had to do the picture of the clouds outside the window because that's obligatory. It's like you have to, especially if it's your first, or in my case, second flight. So here you go. Once we landed in LAX, I turned both the Uber and Lyft driver apps on just to see what would happen. Uber came back with, I was outside of my earnable area, which was Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, and parts of Illinois, unless I was doing deliveries or Uber Eats. Then it was everywhere except California. Unfortunately, that's where I was California. Lyft wouldn't allow me to do anything at all. It just said that I was outside of my usual area. Eventually, we landed in Puerto Vallarta. Now, this was a much better view than Terminal B. And after a day of relaxing, we went out in an Uber. It was an Uber Black. It cost $7.58 US dollars. Like, that is cheap. And the car we got was a Hyundai Creta. It's a smaller crossover SUV. It's not a luxury brand by any stretch of the imagination, but it was a good car. It was a good driver, and we were safely transported where we needed to be. That's a win. It was a good day. This was a local farmer's market we were at, and I did a lot of steps that day. So many, in fact, my fitness tracker asked for me to confirm my identity because it didn't think it was the same person. Anyway, the locals called me El Gordo Gringo, whatever that means. It was time to head back to the resort, and of course, we ordered another Uber Black. This time, it was a Mitsubishi Xpander, and Caesar was our driver. Another day, another Uber Black. This time, I sat up front, and I asked the driver if it would be okay if I recorded him.
Is it okay if I record?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Some of the cars, every country they have different political restrictions. But for example, here, the category black or the Uber Black is a car than more than 500,000 pesos, like $500,000. Like more than that.
Oh, okay.
And it had to be leather seats, it had to be black or white, but it had to be like a very luxury car, because no one here they're gonna use their luxury cars for Uber, no one. So yeah, but some of the cars, for example, I think the only request right here, they have to be 24, 25, or 26. And other things. But yeah, some of the cars, like for example the MG, they used to be very good cars, but now they are Chinese cars, and those are not really good. And the Xpander from Mitsubishi, even though they don't have the leather seats and a lot of different features. I know.
I drive Tesla.
Tesla?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a black for sure.
Yeah, they don't have any Teslas. I've not seen a Tesla car here.
There's Tesla, but in Guadalajara, we don't have a Tesla company here in Puerto Vallarta. But no one here used their Tesla here for work.
Right.
Who would ever use their good car to drive Uber? I guess I'm guilty of that. Anyway, we continue to talk about the requirements for driving Uber and how he likes driving Uber. And I'll just kind of let you watch the next minute or so of my interrogation.
How hard is it to get the documentation to drive for Uber here?
Well, right now it's more complicated. A long time ago, they had a lot. They don't really have a lot of requests, just like driver license, insurance, and that's it. But right now, they check your records. They check your records. They ask for, the driver license, your official ID, more stuff. They also do some tests. They make a few tests, like. But yeah, they are more strict right now. But a long time ago, it wasn't like that. That's why they block a lot of Uber accounts. Right now, if you don't have a good rate, how to say stars or good rating?
Yes.
Or if you don't take a lot of trips or you're canceling a lot of stuff, they block your account.
Okay.
So you have to be more careful. But a long time ago, when they started to work here, like 10 years ago, it was everyone can drive, even if you don't really know how to drive.
Yeah. So it used to be the same way years ago in the States, but now they start deactivating a lot more.
Yeah, deactivating. Yeah. And
So how long have you been doing Uber here?
like 1 year. 1 year. Yeah, I used to do a front desk manager for a few companies. Actually, I was working for Dreams and Secret as an assistant manager. Yeah, for 1 year in Punta Mita.
So do you feel like you get paid a fair wage here?
No, I don't think so. I know Uber on the States. I don't know how much commission they take, but right here in Mexico, it's kind of like a franchise. Someone buy it here in Mexico a few years ago, and now they take maybe the 50-55% of the total amount.
They do the same thing.
And even worse, they take the government. They take a lot of taxes.
What I find really interesting is the drivers in Mexico face the same kind of trouble that we have here. Deactivations are an issue. Low wage, Uber's commission, or also known as their take rate. All of those things matter, and they matter a lot for drivers. The rest of this day was filled with walking and maybe a taco or a burrito or a quesadilla. But then we decided we were going to go back to the resort. And I thought, just for giggles, let's see what UberX is all about. And this was our UberX. You'll notice the front bumper looks like it's seen a lot better days. The headlight is cracked. The side of the car has a lot of body damage. And it's running on a spare tire. If you listen very closely, you can hear this guy's suspension screaming to be retired. I'll be honest, UberX was not a good experience in Mexico. The car needed some repairs, so it's a safety thing. It wasn't so much the way that it looked, because I'll be honest with you, I kind of like riding around in the old MG. But then the other thing was the driver took this side quest road that none of the other drivers took, and we went by some sketchy parts of town. I'm assuming they were sketchy, but what do I know? I just have Cincinnati to base my opinions on. Overall, I came away pretty impressed. The Uber app as a passenger worked perfect. There was no extra setup, nothing extra to do. You just choose where you're going to go, select your ride type, and that's it. It just works. The driver app, however, that's a completely different story. But that's nothing new. I expected that. But if you're headed to Puerto Vallarta, yes, Uber works. Yes, it's easy. And Uber Black is not the same as it is in the United States. But UberX is about the same. If you do take Uber in Mexico, talk to your driver. I learned more in a 20-minute ride with Daniel than I ever could reading Reddit posts online. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next ride.